CCNP and what are the types of CCNP and what are the contents in CCNP and what are the major changes in new CCNP. Okay, so without wasting time, let's start the video. So this is the syllabus of the CCNP as per the CISCO websites. So now what is the major changes? First, let's understand what are the major changes in new CCNP. Okay, so you see here. So earlier, if you want to pass the CCNP exam, then what you have to do? So it was mandatory to give CCNA if you want to pass the CCNP exam, right? So for CCNP, first we have to do the CCNA, and there are three papers in CCNP: routing, switching, and T-shoot, right? So there are three papers in CCNP. If you want to complete the CCNP, then you have to complete all the three papers. Then you are CCNP certified, right? But now there is nothing like this. So Cisco cancel all this process. First of all, now you can give directly CCNP. So like if anybody want to planning to give CCNP exam, so he or she can give CCNP directly, no need of giving CCNA first. Okay, earlier it was mandatory to give CCNA first and then you are eligible for CCNP. But currently it is not like this. So currently, if you want to pass the CCNP or if you want to give the CCNP exam, so you can give directly. Okay, no need of doing CCNA first and then go for CCNP. It is nothing like this now. So now what happened? So now CCNA is a different paper and CCNP is a different paper now. Okay, so now there is no need of giving CCNA paper first if you want to give CCNP paper. So you can give CCNP directly. Okay, the second important thing is, so in CCNP now there are only two papers. Earlier it was three papers: routing, switching, and T-shoot for enterprise level. Okay, so now if you want to go in enterprise level for CCNP, so you have to do the two paper: CCNP Encore and CCNP NRC. Okay, CCNP Encore is the common paper for all CCNP. Let's say you want to go in wireless, you want to go in SD-WAN, you want to go in automation, so you have to do the CCNP Encore. So CCNP Encore is mandatory if you want to go for CCNP. So now earlier it was three paper in CCNP. Okay, but now there are only two paper in CCNP. Only two paper, in which one paper is common, that is CCNP Encore. Okay, so now if you want to pass CCNP exam, then you don't need to give three exam, only one exam is enough. Two paper is enough, that is CCNP core, which is common in all the field, and plus CCNP NRC if you go into the routing and switching environment. So if you give these two exam, then you can pass the CCNP and you are CCNP certified. So let me show you from the Cisco Authentic website. So this is a Cisco website. You can go to this link and you can check the thing. So CCNP, see here. So now there are how many types of CCNP first? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now there are 8 types of CCNP, but this is the one which is 35401 and core. This paper is mandatory if you want to go in any field. Like see here, like let's say if you want to go in routing switching, if you want to go in SD-WAN, if you want to go in enterprise level, if you want to go in wireless implementation automation, so this paper is mandatory. Without ENCO you cannot give any other paper. Earlier it was CCNA was mandatory. For CCNP, CCNA was mandatory. Now CCNA is not mandatory. Now if you want to go in any field of CCNP, there are only two paper, in which CCNP and core, which is three paper code is 35401. This is mandatory if you want to give any exam. All right. So now let's check what is there in the new CCNP and core. So till here you are understanding everything. All right. So now it means that if you want to give CCNP, then there is only two paper, in which one is common to all, which is called CCNP and core. Plus there is additional one paper, like in which field you want to go, you have to give just that paper only. Second thing, CCNA is not mandatory now. You can directly give CCNP, just go for CCNP and core, and just go in your stream, whatever stream you want to apply for. All right. So now let's check what's there in the CCNP and core, because this is the base course if you have to do if you want to pass the CCNP exam. All right. So now let's check what's there in the CCNP and core. Okay. So CCNP and core is a 120 minutes exams. All right. Now let's see the exam topics. What are the topics in CCNP and core? All right. So now the new CCNP implementing Cisco Enterprise Network Core Technology. The paper code is 350401. It is also divided in 6 topics. Like CCNA is divided in 6 topics. So it is also divided in 6 major topics: architecture, virtualization, infrastructure, network assurance, security, and automation. Okay, so let me show you one by one what are the topics in each and every fields. All right. Okay, so in architecture, what we are going to learn, we are going to learn about two-tier architecture, which is there in new CCNA as well. Okay, so two-tier architecture, three-tier architecture, fabric capacity planning. Okay, this is like new thing for the new CCNA: fabric capacity planning, FHRP, SSO, redundancy technique, virtual LAN deployment, VLAN deployment. Okay, wireless LAN deployment, and this is about the wireless technology, like wireless deployment models. Like there are multiple types of models, which is centralized, distributed, controller-less, controller-based, cloud, and remote branch. This is all wireless technology. Okay, wireless local area network. And difference between the premises, cloud, and infrastructure deployment, we teach this thing in CCNA also, but at a smaller level. In CCNP there is a deep knowledge about this. All right. Cisco SD-WAN, because currently everywhere is SD-WAN is deploying, so this course majorly focus on Cisco SD-WAN. All right. About the Cisco SD-WAN solution, what are the principles, why we are applying the SD-WAN, SD-WAN control and data planes elements, traditional WAN employ, like we are used to, we are using the traditional, what we call traditional WAN in our networking technology, like serial and point to point. So as we will compare this both the thing, SD-WAN and SD-WAN solution and WAN here. So okay, explain the working principle of Cisco SD-WAN solution. All right, traditional campus, quality of service, okay, process CEF, MAC and TCAM, FIB and RIP. So these all are comes under architecture. Now about the virtualization. Okay, so in virtualization, it is divided into 3 parts. 2.1, it describes the devices virtualization technology is using. Like what are the devices which we are using in virtualization? Okay, so we are using hypervisor type 1, type 2, virtual machines, virtual switchings. Okay, second is configure and verify the data path virtualization technology, like what is VRF, what is GRE and IPsec tunneling. We are using this GRE IPsec tunneling in our VPN. Okay. Now then after that describe network virtualization concept, like LSI, LISP, VXLAN and all. Then after that jump on to infrastructure, like what is there in infrastructure. So it is divided into 4 parts. All right. So the part number 1 is layer 2 infrastructure, which is called troubleshooting the static and dynamic trunking protocol. Like if you are failed in trunking, like you are creating the VLANs and you are deploying the VLAN in the industry, and if you are facing problem in trunking, so how you are going to troubleshoot that problem. Okay, then troubleshooting the static and dynamic Ethernet channels, which we are learning in the CCNA also, but at a smaller level. Then RSTP, multiple spanning tree protocol, EIGRP, In CCNA, in the new CCNA, EIGRP was not there. But in CCNP and core, EIGRP is there. Okay. So we will compare what is the difference between EIGRP and what is the difference between OSPF and EIGRP, how they work, how they are different from each other, what is the distance vector, what is link state, what is load balancing, how it select the best path, everything about the EIGRP and OSPF will go in a very in-depth over here. Okay, then we'll focus on like point-to-point broadcast, neighbor filtering, eBGP. Okay, BGP, like BGP is the protocol which works on internet. So in CCNP and core, we are going to focus on BGP. What is eBGP and IBGP neighborship and how they are going to make neighborship with each other, how internet works. Then after that, wireless is also a part of an infrastructure. So like RF power, AP modes and antenna types and all. Okay, wireless LAN controller, main principal uses layer 2, layer 3 roamings, wireless LAN configurations and all. And plus NTP, NET and FAT, HSRP, VRRP and GLBP. Okay, describe the multicast protocols such as PIM, IGMP and all, version 1 and version 2 also in IGMP. Okay, now about the fourth point is network assurance. So here we are going to diagnosing the problems like debugging, condition debug, what are the trace route, ping, SNMP, syslog. Okay, these are the tools which we are using to diagnose the problem in the networking. Then configure and verify and the device syslog, remote login. Okay, net flow, what is the use of net flow and each and everything, span, rspan, erspan, IPSLA. Okay, and what is the Cisco DNS center, how it's work and everything about this in depth. All right, then fifth part is about the security. Okay, the insecurity we are going to learn about configure and verify the device access control, lines and password protection, AAA authentication, ACL, COPS, REST-based API security, EAP, Web PSK, in wireless it is security features. And then describe the components of network security design. Like what are the components like threat defense, endpoint security. We have next generation firewall to protect our network. Okay, trust sec, mac sec, network access control. Okay, and last part is automation. So here we have to interpret the basic Python. So for this we need to learn the little bit of Python programming as well. So the interpret the don't worry, I'm going to teach you a little bit of Python over here. Okay, so interpret the Python basic component and script, construct the valid JSON encoded files, and describe the high level principle and what are the benefits of data modeling such as YANG. Okay, and describe the APIs. What are the APIs? Okay, what is Cisco DNS Center and vManage? What is the REST-based APIs? Okay, Cisco DNS Center. So these all are the things in the CCNP and core, which is a very different from the normal CCNP. Okay, it is very much different, and this is what the major changes in CCNP and core. And this is the exam you must have to pass if you want to give CCNP. See, there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 types of CCNP papers. So if you want to pass any paper, so this one paper which is called an core, it is mandatory if you want to give any exam. Okay, now let's check NRC, which is related to routing and switching and all. Okay, it is also a 90 minutes paper. Okay, 90 minutes, it is exam duration, not the course duration. Okay, course duration is much more larger than that. Now exam topics. Okay, so here it is divided into 4 parts: layer 3 technologies, VPN technologies, infrastructure security and infrastructure services. Okay, so as compared to NCORE, it is a less. Okay, but it is very much important if you are planning to go in enterprise level. Okay, see here, like everything over is a very much important, like troubleshooting the administrative distance of all routing protocols, troubleshoot the route map. Like see, so in this paper, troubleshooting and routing both are mixed with each other. Okay, like VRF, filtering and tagging, split horizon, auto summarization, VRF light, classic and named mode, EIGRP. We have 2 mode, classic and name modes. IP addressing families. OSPF version 2 is used for like IPv4. Version 3 is used for IPv6. So we have to troubleshoot both the things. All right. And point-to-point multicast, non-broadcast area type stub. There are multiple types of area in OSPF: stub area, not so stub area, totally stub area. Why we create this area, how we create this area. So everything are going to be covered in the CCNP. And one more thing, we are going to use this GNS software in CCNP. And this is just a simple topology. Okay, we'll make a very complex topology, but this is a, I want to show this. These are the software which we are going to use in the new CCNP, which is GNS3. Because in GNS3 we have to give the higher level command which is not running in the CCNP. All right. Now, so we are going to troubleshoot the BGP as well. Okay, so the first part is start with the troubleshootings and all. Okay, the second part is focusing on the VPN technologies like what is GRE, MGRE, NHRP, IPsec, dynamic neighbor, spoke to spoke, DMVPN, single hub, like each and everything about the VPN. Okay, the third part is about the spoke infrastructure security like take as a radius, local database, IPv6 filtering, how we are going to do the IPv6 filtering, IPv4 access control list. So there are standard, extended, and time based, which are like at the particular time the access list is active and particular time it is not active. All right. Then troubleshooting the these things. Okay, IPv6 first hop security. Okay, DHCP guard, each and everything about the security. So infrastructure, we are going to learn about the console VTY, telnet, HTTP, HTTPS, SSH, TFTP, SNMP, version V2C, V3, both we are going to troubleshoot. Okay, net flow, again the net flow is coming, flexible net flow, and these all are the things which are come under the infrastructure. So these are about your CCNP NRC, which is related to routing and troubleshooting. All right. So there are multiple types of paper. So if you want to go to any paper, you have to pass the CCNP and core, and we are going to use the GNS3. And after the course, you must be able to configure the topology in GNS3. Okay, and you will get a more in-depth knowledge from CCNA, because now the CCNA and CCNP is very much different from each other. All right, it is completely changed now. Okay, so this is all about your CCNP courses. Like we have a multiple type of course, and now there is no need of giving CCNA exam. If you want to give CCNP, you can go for directly for CCNP, you can go. Okay, but you have to pass this paper CCNP and core if you want to go to any field. All right, so that is all about the CCNP. Thanks for watching.